think it was summer of 2019 that I said to my first coach, I feel like there's this power inside of me and I can't really explain it, but it terrifies me. And I want to start there today because I have rebranded, and you might be looking at it and be like, what the and I thought I would talk you through it a little bit. So what I have realised over the last 6 years, let's do this in a quick summary, is that our natural innate way of being as humans is to be deeply connected to ourselves, to our bodies, to our intuition, to nature and the world around us and the cosmos, and that when we are in that place, our natural place, right, we are incredibly capable, limitless individuals, right? Because from that place of consciousness, where in a way our thoughts do create our reality, and we can determine the timeline that we are on, because all timelines are there and there is potential for us to choose any of them that we wish in the moment, right? Which either sounds like absolute nonsense to you, or you're like, yeah, there are, I can. Like, that is our natural place. And what I recognise I've been doing for the last 6 years is getting myself back to that natural place, right? So I had to do the mindset work, the trauma work, the body work, the healing work to connect me back to myself, so that I could start to tap into that which honestly is not that special. It is innate within all of us, right? But unfortunately, we live in a society where there is a great agenda to keep us disconnected from this truth, because if you can think for yourself and be in your body and trust your intuition, then when all the distractions and scaremongering and that goes on in the world happens, it doesn't make you scared. It doesn't make you disconnect from your body. It doesn't make you paralyzed with fear. It just makes you go, oh, people are obviously really waking up, and so they are ramping this shit up to try and stop us, right? It's a very different experience. And so what I have recognized, and why this new branding has come through, is that more of us are awakening to ourselves and our truth and our innate gifts. And I believe there is a very important reason for that, because we are actually here at this point in time in humanity to do incredible, powerful work in the world, right? And also, let's be clear, in a world where the agenda is to keep you sad and stuck and fearful and depressed, the big you can give the system is to just have a really awesome life, right? So when I say it's okay if your mission is just to enjoy your life as much as possible, like, I'm not kidding, right? We didn't come here to have these half-assed, just fine, just getting by, scarcity-filled lives. And when you can get out of that paradigm into this space of, I am limitless, I have got all of this potential, I am powerful, but from a place where it's not like I need to exert power over, or it's not like this over domineering power, it's just this like innate, centered, grounded place of power, then you don't need to be so scared, and you can just actually live, right? And so this for me is the wealthy witch way, right? It is reconnecting back to the truth of who you are, moving away from the scarcity, the fear, alchemizing the pain and the past trauma and the shame and all of that, so that you can just live your most extraordinary life on your terms in whatever way works for you. Okay. And the last thing that I want to say on this is, I did not wake up this morning and be like, oh, do you know what? I think I'm just going to tell everyone that I'm a witch and I'm going to just put this stuff out there and it's just going to be fine. No, right? Because my ancestors have been persecuted and murdered and killed and through all sorts of shit in the past for speaking out about this stuff, for speaking out against the agenda. We all carry that witch wound, that like deep, intense fear, and we don't just magically work through it, right? I knew, I felt the pull, I felt the call of like, I watched people in my space talking about this stuff, but hiding it and saying like, it's not safe to talk about this because, you know, we know we've been killed about this in past lifetimes. And there was always this really powerful nudge back to me of being like, no, but you're here to speak about it. You're here to speak about it. And then I had to work through all of that fear of, well, what if I get killed again? Like, what if they come for me? What if I do say stuff that is so disruptive to the agenda that's keeping you stuck and sick and trapped and controlled, by the way, that they decide that I don't get to be here anymore? And I had to have a lot of support, mental support, physical support, spiritual support, emotional support to work through all the layers that were holding me back from that, so I could just be like, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it anyway because it's what I'm here for. This is literally my purpose and I can't not do this. So please, oh my arm, let me switch hands. Please enjoy the nature, by the way. Please do not look at me and think, oh, it's easy for her, or like, how come she come and talk about this, or like, I'm not ready, I could never talk about this, I've got these gifts too and I feel like a witch and I could never say the stuff that she's saying out loud. First of all, you don't ever need to. Second of all, this stuff doesn't happen by magic. Like, we are magic beings, but also our primary objective is to stay alive, right? Which is going to mean that for most of us, we don't have access to this stuff and it doesn't feel safe. But that doesn't mean that you can't get to a place where you're like, no, I have trained lifetimes for this moment and I am ready and I am here to do my big work in the world, and I'm going to do whatever it takes so that I am the vessel through which this work can flow, because that isn't what I know I am here to do. So a little bit of background on the updated changes. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you enjoy the new content. I hope you enjoy the new branding. I hope that it allows you to awaken to a little bit more of your truth. I hope it encourages you to question and challenge some of the stuff that you see out there. I hope that it encourages you to become more of a free thinker. And if you feel like you have a big mission in the world and you're like, oh, I do have a big mission in the world, but it feels impossible right now. It is not impossible. It is possible because it's on your heart. All timelines and possibilities exist right now. You just have to choose them. But it's not quite as easy as, oh, you just have to choose them, because you do have to work through the stuff that is stopping you from accessing them right now. So if you would like some support with this and you think I might be your person, come and say hello. And I wish you a fantabulous rest of your day, wherever you are and whenever you are watching this. Much love. Nope, that's the hope glove. Wait a second. That way up? That's right, my friends. Because all we actually need is love. And when we can come back to the truth of who we are and that we are all love and it's all about love, then the magic happens. Ciao for now.